Baroness, the black prime dragon whose skates were as dark as a moonless night, unfurled his massive wings and soared into the sky. His destination, the Dragon Laboratory, a place where the lines between science and magic blurred, and where life was not just created but also manipulated. Inspecting the lab was a thankless yet crucial task, and an agreement between the dragon races mandated strict adherence to the laboratory regulations to prevent a devastating war. The power dormant within these walls was immense. Weapons, biological technology, magic, and even physics all combined under one roof. With a thunderous crash, Baroness landed before the laboratory gates. Two dragons, one white and one black, stepped forward to greet him. The white dragon Helixar towered a full head taller than his companion, Mendigo, and radiated an air of authority. "Welcome, Baroness," Helixar greeted him with a forced smile. "We are assigned to escort you during this inspection." "I'm not thrilled to be here," Baroness grumbled. "So let's get this over quickly." "How about we start with introductions?" Helixar suggested, a hint of arrogance creeping into his voice. "I am Helixar, and this is Mendigo, my assistant." "Can we get started now?" Baroness pressed, impatient. Helixar gave a cold nod, and together they entered the laboratory. Baroness opened the portal and retrieved the metallic notepad. The first few rooms were exactly as he expected. Creatures suspended in shimmering tubes, dragons at various stages of development confined in cages, and busy dragon in lab coats, tinkering with strange contraptions. Baroness was familiar with all of this. The dragon race were masters of cloning, their only method of reproduction, as they lacked natural procreation. However, the deeper they ventured into the laboratory, the more uneasy Baroness felt. The corridors grew darker, the air colder. The dragons they encountered avoided his gaze, their eyes filled with fear. In one room, Baroness stumbled upon a gruesome sight: corpses piled high before an altar dedicated to a black statue with a skull for a head. Grimly he jotted down the observation in his notepad. Finally they reached a vast storage chamber, crammed with bizarre machines and equipment. Helixar stopped, a mocking tone in his voice. "Find anything interesting, Baroness?" "Yes," Baroness replied, with a sinister grin spreading across his face. "Are you familiar with the first rule of this laboratory?" Helixar and Mendigo exchanged a nervous glance. "No gods, no worshipping, no sacrifices," Baroness recited, his voice sharp as ice. Helixar's grin widened. "You should have waited to reveal that information until you were at the exit, Baroness. Now you will die." Mendigo launched towards the console by the door and triggered an alarm. Baroness remained motionless. "Go ahead and try," he said calmly. "See if you are willing to risk a fight." But Helixar had no intentions of fighting alone. Reinforcements rushed in. Dragons in full armor, armed with magical blades and spears. Baroness tossed aside his notepad and opened a portal. "Need a hand?" a dark voice echoed from the void. "Yes," Baroness responded. "Open 12 portals. It's time for a fight." 12 portals tore open, and from them poured creatures straight out of Baroness' nightmares. Shadow beings with single eyes, web-like limbs, and bodies as black as the emptiness between the stars. The laboratory dragons froze in terror. Baroness felt the power of his partner surging within him, and the cold fire igniting in his eyes. The battle was swift and brutal. The shadow creatures overwhelmed the dragons, their claws and teeth tearing through their flesh and bone. Baroness himself didn't attack. He stood still, as his partners. Tentacles lashed out from the portals, dragging Helixa and Manticore into the darkness. Hours later, Uberonus, blood-spattered and exhausted, stood at the laboratory exit. A squad of soldiers awaited him. "What happened in there?" one of them asked, his voice trembling. "A cult," Uberonus croaked. Two dragons stepped forward and sealed the laboratory. Uberonus was escorted away to give his report. War had been averted, but the horror of the laboratory would haunt him forever.
Hi, here T-Rex from the edit. I am just currently editing this. I want to say thanks for watching and please subscribe and like and comment down below what your thoughts are on the story from Oberonus and the laboratory incident. I would really appreciate if I can know some opinions on it. Feedback is also welcome.